All right. Perfect. Seems like things are much better this time. All right. Wow. Let's see. Twitter, still a little slow, but certainly much better than before. That's great. I'm glad to see that. Maybe a little more this way. Yeah. Okay. Much better now, guys. Seems like the connectivity issue has been, for the most part, resolved, which is really awesome. Ooh. Is it time to buy Tesla stock? That's the real question. Is this too loud, by the way? Or is this audio pretty good? Yeah, well, hopefully we didn't just completely wreck our reach through the first failed live stream. Yo, yo. How you guys doing? Yo, can you hear me? Is this live? Is this working? I almost feel like I'm not live or something. What do I do? What do I do? I'll share in a second. I'm just waiting for more people to join here, making sure that it all works. We had some technical difficulties not too long ago, but seems like things are back in order, which is great. So I'm just waiting a little bit, making sure that things are continuing to go swimmingly. Okay. What do I do? So, what do I do? If you mean, okay, I'm gonna get way too philosophical. I'll answer this in one sentence. I own a creative agency. That's basically it. And I also do YouTube. That's about it. That's all I do. But then outside of that, yeah, honestly, that's kind of it. I have a girlfriend whom I love, and we spend a lot of time together. So that's another thing I do. Um, yeah, that's about it. Honestly, it's pretty simple. Okay, cool, nice. How about you? And yeah, is the market too saturated for drop shipping? No, man, definitely not. Definitely not. I think you have to think differently about how you approach drop shipping. I think drop shipping is simply a business model. That's all it is. Nothing more. So there's no way it could get saturated. I think it's only going to grow, if anything. I think, if anything, it will only continue to grow because more companies will realize that it's actually pretty convenient to just ship directly from your manufacturer. So I definitely think that's going to be a big, that's going to only continue to grow. And actually, no, it's, if we go to Google Trends, we can see that drop shipping, is only growing. It doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. It's kind of unbelievable, honestly, when you look at this trend. It's pretty significant. It's exponential, really. And I mean, I think this is how a lot of online industries are going to look, to be honest with you. So I don't think it's just drop shipping. I think it's just like internet things in general are only growing. It's like things were stagnant for a while, but now we're about to go exponential on a lot of things. I don't know. That's just how I feel right now. In my past, with drop shipping times were bad. Do you have any content on this? Yeah, bro. Use something like, Hyperskew. Hyperskew is pretty cool. I have a good relationship with them, and they do a great job. They make sure that you get your orders out fast and that you have some good suppliers. It's pretty convenient. So yeah, 7 to 12 days shipping, which is still pretty slow, but it's more reasonable. Good. I followed you 1 year ago. Damn, let's go. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, so now we're getting some more people in here. That's good to see. I'm glad that you like the channel. I really appreciate it. So honestly, I feel very blessed to have this channel. To be honest, I feel very blessed to have this channel. It's like a very good outlet for me. It's super fun, and it does bring me a lot of business. So it's like really everything you could want in like a hobby, but not even a hobby. This is like a full-time thing for me. I just love it. What do I think about organic marketing? So, I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of my latest videos, which you should. If you haven't, you should check them out. So my channel's right here. How did I title this? Oh yeah. I've been doing a lot of videos lately in which I emphasize the importance. Actually, let me put myself over here. I think this is actually this looks better. In which I emphasize the importance of organic content. Yes, back again live, and we actually fixed the connectivity issue. I don't know how to say that word, but I fixed the issue. We're good to go now. We're up and rolling. And, I'm very happy about that because I was very sad for a second that we just could not get good internet connection. That was not good. What's the best place I can hire someone to build a website that will have thousands of items? And when can I hire someone that works with APIs that can integrate suppliers to my store? Damn, okay. Well, that's a fully loaded question, bro. I mean, there's no simple way to answer that in full, but I will try to give you a simple answer because, that's just the best thing I could do, I think, and so that we save time. But to answer your question briefly, Fiverr and Upwork, bro. Upwork is very underrated. Like, you can hire anybody on Upwork, guys. Like, you can build an entire team off of Upwork, and it's pretty cool. There's amazing people out there that you may be overlooking just because you don't want to put in the work to actually make like a really good listing. I have a listing right now, for example. I'm hiring right now. Have I tried using ChatGPT to code Liquid? I have been testing it to build my store. Yeah, so I haven't used it for that in particular, but I know that that's a big way in which you can use ChatGPT is to help with code. So like, here, let me log in on a separate. See, this is why it's cool to have two monitors now, because I can just log in over here and like not risk doxing myself, which is nice. But yeah, that's a big thing that people are using it for, is to check their code, because a lot of times your code might be broken Um, but you can be like, explain quantum computing in simple terms. I love having it explain very complex ideas in simple terms. It's pretty fun to see what it comes up with. So quantum computing is a type of computing that uses quantum mechanical phenomena such as superposition and entanglement to perform operations on data. It's based on the principles of quantum mechanics, a fundamental theory in physics that describes the behavior of matter and energy at the atomic and subatomic level or scale. Whoa, that is intense. That's a very long thing. I'll say make it shorter. That's too long, bro. Quantum computers. Okay, let's see how short it actually makes it. We'll wait for it over here. By the way, something interesting I've been seeing. This is a very interesting trend, and we'll probably be able to confirm it during stream. There have been a significant amount of drop shipping ads that I've seen on Twitter. So, boom, here's one. Like right away, 1.3 million views. This is for sure a drop shipping ad. Let's take a look. Yeah, like, 100%. This store is actually running a lot of different ads right now. And yeah, this is something very interesting, guys. It's something that I've been preaching a lot about lately because I think that a lot of people overthink their store design. Like, look at this store. This store is probably converting pretty highly, yet it's so simple and weird looking. It's like not even that good. So one of the things that I've been saying a lot is that you guys should not overthink your store design too much and just make it simple and use the free themes. Don't buy themes. A theme is like $300, $400. That money could be used to order samples. It could be used to run ads. It could be used for so many things, and you guys are using it to buy a theme. That's not the move anymore. Yeah, I did see how Twitter is turning into infinite scrolling. It's kind of interesting. I'm like scrolling over and over again, but it's kind of nice for content. So, that's one of the good things about streaming is that it's an excuse to just browse Twitter. Do you do cold email for your agency? Not really. I've tried it a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've definitely tried it, but it just doesn't work, bro. Cold email does not work that well. I'm sure it's like a numbers game. I'm sure if I hit up like hundreds of people, it would work. But I just feel like that's not the best use of my time right now. I feel like the best use of my time right now is leading my team. I got my Slack. So this is why I'm so hyped, guys, to have this new fucking setup. Sorry for cussing if that bothers you. But I'm so hyped about it because I feel like now I can work while I stream, which is sick. So I can actually have my Slack pulled up because that's really, somebody asked me what I do. Really, that's one of the main things that I do is just like answer Slack messages and make sure that my team is, motivated. I'm coming up with ideas. That's why I make so many YouTube videos doing research and exploring, because it helps me come up with ideas for our clients. And, we always just communicate on Slack. So that's why I'm really hyped about this. I think this will be a really good way for me to almost like pretend like I'm in an office with random people, aka you guys, but you're not just random people because you guys are my followers. So, we have something in common, right? But yeah, this is crazy. 500K on open emails. Like, that's insane. I can't imagine that. I'm at like 50K, so I guess I could imagine that. The volume, copy, and the follow-up. Yeah, bro. So exactly. Yeah, you're right. So when it comes to cold email, I'm sure following up is huge right there. Wow. Luca Nets. Look at this guy. How can you bet against him? Like, he understands the number one rule, which is customer experience is number one. That's so cool. I gotta buy some Pudgy Penguins, honestly. Seems like a pretty good bet. What's Elon talking about here? That's all for now. If you found this story helpful, blah, blah, blah. ARK Invest has been concerned the impact of declining residual values on the $1 trillion auto loan market. Most of these loans back gas-powered vehicles. Explain how this crisis is underway. The consumer preference shift towards EVs will exacerbate this crisis. Oh, whoa. We're talking about huge financial crises. That's not good. We definitely don't want that. So yeah, anyways, as I was saying, lots of Twitter ads lately. We've been trying to figure out Twitter ads as well at Akemi. I think it's a good opportunity. I actually tweeted about this today. I just said, I said that I think Twitter is only going to grow from here, to be honest with you. And I truly believe that. And it's most likely because of Elon. And now, because of that, I think ads on Twitter are actually a pretty worthwhile opportunity to test. I'm a very big fan of yours. Thank you. I really appreciate all the love, guys. I can't stress that enough. I know that, oftentimes creators don't express their thanks enough, and I know it can be kind of corny, maybe disingenuous, but I truly am very grateful for this opportunity. Like, this is so amazing. This is so fun. Like, what? I'm just talking to random people like across the world right now that follow my content. That's so cool. Do you take notes in physical notebooks or virtually more? Both. So I do a bit of both. I have a physical notebook, but I have not been using it as much lately since I got this new setup. Honestly, I've just been very busy lately and haven't really been prioritizing taking notes. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts as well and sort of taking mental notes, but I probably should take some physical notes. I actually think physical notes are a good idea. Hi, Arie. What do you think about TikTok ads? I think TikTok ads are awesome. I think they're definitely a great sort of, I wouldn't say blue ocean opportunity anymore, for sure not, but it's definitely, I think every brand should run TikTok ads. That's basically the summary. I think it's a really good ad platform, or at least it's a fast growing ad platform, a more untapped ad platform. You get a lot of good results on there, cheap results, but the traffic doesn't always translate as well as you would want it to. And I think the reason why is because unlike Meta, for example, I think TikTok is just so powerful at gripping you and making you want to stay on the platform. Okay, hold on. This is like too low. Okay, that's too high. And because of that, it doesn't serve, like, it's not the perfect ad platform, right? Because then your ads are not going to convert as well because people just don't want to leave the platform. So it's a little more challenging to actually get somebody to, first of all, leave the platform, but then to actually buy something. That's the next step. But the thing that I feel is happening is that, Yodi Gang in the chat. I love Fulcrum. That guy's hilarious. But as I was saying, I think these ad platforms are going more and more towards like just making people just check out right on the ad. Like if you see an ad, you like it, you buy right there. That's why Facebook has Facebook shops. Twitter has Twitter shopping. Google has Google shopping. It's not the same exactly, but yeah, that's what I see a lot of these, stores doing. Pinterest does that as well. I knew you'd know. Yeah, of course I know Fulcrum. Yodi Gang in the building. Do I hire? Yes. So we're always hiring. If you go to the Akemi site, by the way, shout out to Akemi. If you guys like the design, let me know. I personally really love the site. I think it came out really great, and it's a free theme. The reason I chose a free theme for the site is to prove a point. To prove that it's not about the store design. It's not about the theme. It's about the content and the structure and the eye for design. So this is literally the Dawn theme, straight up. But yeah, if you go to careers, you'll see a little application form. It's kind of ugly. It's not the best form. It's obviously not a priority to make it the prettiest form ever. But if you are interested in working with us, you can go here. I mean, we're hiring for a lot of different roles. Right now, really the main thing that I'm hiring for is somebody that can help me just manage everything. So a manager that can help me with communications across clients. So I have a COO. He handles the data, like basically everything. But I want somebody that can help reach out to people, for example, like outbound lead generation, reaching out to brands. I make so many videos already talking about brands. So somebody that could share those videos with the brands, maybe try to get them on the channel for like a podcast, some of the CEOs. I would love to do that. I used to do that a little more. I'll show you real quick. If we go back even just a little bit further on my channel, on the podcast side, it's, the more popular podcasts are obviously like Luke Belmar, Jad Kintari, Sam Jacobs, like these people that are very trendy within dropshipping. But if you look at some of the other people I've interviewed some pretty crazy people. Like I interviewed Kevin Williams. He's the CEO of balls.co. So I'll show you that real quick. So look, this brand is sick. This is honestly, okay, that's not good to see, but they're totally killing it in terms of branding and their social media presence, even if their traffic isn't as high as it could be. But I also interviewed, so let me go to podcast. It used to be named the Netsphere podcast, but I'm just going to name it the Arie Scherson podcast because I'm consolidating my businesses at the current time. But I also interviewed the CEO of Mod, for example. Mod is a sick brand. They've raised over $10 million. And they're a sexual wellness brand, but such a clean brand. Like, look at the branding on this store. This is like a beautiful store. And again, this is another good example of where like content is way more effective than the actual structure or than the actual theme. The theme structure is really good, but it's not the theme itself that makes it. It's the content. And they're totally crushing it. So very happy to see that. This was a great interview. She was great. Ava, that's the CEO. She was dope. Here are you. I haven't watched you since Chris Waller. Do you remember him? Yeah, of course. King Kong. Yeah, bro. Rest in peace. Chris was an amazing guy for sure. He was super cool and super driven. Very rare breed, that's for sure. But he made his mark, which is good. Arie, I made 100K doing swing trading, but don't enjoy it. So I want to get into ecom maybe. I want to do 500K profit a month though. Possible? Yes, bro, it is possible. That's kind of what I'm aiming for too, bro. I'm trying to do some like crazy numbers, but in profit. And I think you can do it. It's just obviously not going to be easy. It's going to take a long time and a lot of skills. You got to learn a lot of stuff in order to get there. Obviously, like I don't know what it takes to get to 500K a month profit. I know what it takes to get to like 100K a month profit. And yeah, 5 times that. Right now, I can't really picture it too well, but I know that it would just be a lot more people involved more than anything. It would just be a bigger team. And that's it, really. So that's why I'm hiring, guys. Like, I'm hiring people. I want to grow the team. I want to grow the company and see how far we can take it. Did you hear about the potential banning of TikTok? Let me see. Okay, so Senate passes legislation to ban TikTok from U.S. government. I did hear a little about this, but I didn't know that it was actually real. Let me look a little bit deeper into this. What news source can you trust nowadays? That's what I'm wondering. Like, which one of these should I even read, right? Like, what can you trust? I guess let's go CNN, even though I know that this is probably biased in some way and probably not entirely true, but let's see. The Senate passed legislation Wednesday evening to ban TikTok from U.S. government devices in a move designed to limit perceived information security risks stemming from the social media app. The vote by unanimous consent approved the No TikTok on Government Devices Act, a bill authored by Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley. The move marks lawmakers' latest step against the short-form video app that has become popular with over 1 billion users worldwide. U.S. officials fear that TikTok users' data could end up in the hands of the Chinese government due to that country's influence over TikTok's parent, ByteDance. A companion bill was introduced in the House last year by Colorado Republican Rep. Ken Buck. It is yet to be approved by members of the House Oversight Committee. Okay, let me see. So this is on government devices. That's the caveat. So, of course, that's not what you're going to see in the headlines, and I'm glad that I read a little bit deeper into it. But no, they're not talking about generally banning TikTok. I knew that would be a little too late for that, right? Like, I mean, there's like 1 billion users on there. But I don't think this is a bad move. Banning TikTok on government devices, I could see that posing, I could see having TikTok on a government device posing as a national security threat. I'm an American now, I'm a US citizen. I could see that being detrimental to the US. So I don't disagree with that. I think that's maybe even a wise move. But I do think I don't think banning TikTok entirely would be necessarily wise. I don't even think it would be possible at this point, is kind of my viewpoint. But yeah, very interesting. Look at guys, we're getting targeted by some pickleball paddles right here. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, that's pretty much the news on TikTok getting banned. I guess it's not actually getting banned. Maybe let me finish a little bit of this. In the past 2 weeks, at least 7 states have said they will bar public employees from using the app on government devices, including Alabama, Maryland, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Utah, and Texas. Some U.S. government agencies have independently taken steps to limit TikTok usage among their employees. So yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And U.S. military as well, they're restricting the app. So Wednesday's bill would apply to the entire federal workforce. Yep. Well, yeah, I don't really have a problem with the feds not using TikTok, so I'm cool with it. Hopefully that clears up some of those news for some of you that were perhaps scared about the potential ramifications. How does this look? I think this actually looks pretty sick. I'm hyped with this setup. By the way, I made both of these prints, so big flex. If you guys want to buy them, I may make them available on Akemi again at some point. What do you guys think about that? I don't care about making a profit on them. I'll just charge at cost. Okay. Is it okay to apply even if I come from France? Bro, my COO, he's like my right-hand man. He's French. He's Australian. My whole entire team is remote, so I don't care where you're from, bro. As long as you know how to speak English well, as long as you're willing to learn, as long as you're willing to get Grammarly, it's a Chrome extension that corrects your grammar, and as long as you're just, committed and hardworking, then I'm super open to hiring you. I don't care where you're from. Did you hear about the potential? Oh yeah, wait, I just covered that. Yo, what's up, Arie? Watching from Dubai. Yo, shout out to Dubai. You guys are cool over there. Dubai's awesome. I've never been there though, so I can't really speak from experience, but everybody says so. So a lot of people I follow have said only good things about Dubai. Hello, Arie. I'm struggling to search a niche and a product. Ooh, okay. Well, I got good news for you, bro. Check this out. Let me show you a life hack. So you go to my channel, and then you go to playlist, and then you click e-commerce case studies, and you just put that on in the background while you do anything. Maybe while you work out, while you study, whatever. Maybe while you sleep. All right. That's proven. You do retain some information when you listen to something while you sleep. I'm not capping. I swear. Let me double check that though. Under the right conditions, it turns out the sleeping human brain is capable of learning new vocabulary. That's according to a study by scientists from Switzerland's University of Bern. Shout out Switzerland. Which demonstrate that the human brain can absorb information during slumber. Told you. So, yeah, it is true. So, yeah, bro, pull this up while you sleep, literally, and you'll wake up with tons of niche ideas for free. So, yeah, bro, I have 217 videos in this, 20K views a day. Okay, no, that's not accurate. That's on the playlist. But soon enough, this playlist alone will be getting 20K views a day. Let me see. But yeah, so this is probably the best way for you to just get some ideas, bro, straight up. Like, we are building actually a product to help with this. So the Chemi Research Lab, like I do a ton of research every single day. And so does my team. So we are basically going to make that research public and make it nice and neat for a product. And, you know, we'll charge like a monthly fee for it or something. That'll be cool. I'm excited to have something like that. It sounds like totally up my alley, but you know, I'm still going to keep uploading YouTube videos every day and streaming. So you definitely don't need to buy that by any means. I think if you just watch every single one of these videos, you'll get so many niche ideas. But yeah, shout out to all you guys watching the videos. It really does go a long way. Uh-oh. Ooh. You hate to see that. Okay. Oh yeah, this ChatGPT just explained quantum computing to me in simple terms, and then I made it do it in shorter terms. So I said, make it shorter. Let me read you what it said. Quantum computers are a type of computing that use the principles of quantum mechanics to perform calculations faster than classical computers. They use quantum bits, qubits, instead of classical bits, and can represent both 0 and 1 simultaneously. That's crazy. Quantum computers have the potential to solve certain problems much faster than classical computers and are used for research in various fields. Wow. Okay, let me read some questions here. How will dropshipping be in 2023? Do you think anything will change? No, I think it's only going to grow. I think it's just going to continue to grow exponentially, just like a lot of other industries online. Generally speaking, I think a lot of things are going to continue to grow exponentially when it comes to e-commerce. And I think we're starting to see that. So I just looked up the dropshipping search trend and when we were streaming a bit before, and look, you can see this chart becoming exponential, right? You can see that it was flatlined for a long time and now it's starting to become exponential. And let me look up e-commerce. I feel like the same thing is going to happen with e-commerce in general. It's just that dropshipping is like an easier barrier to entry, like a lower barrier to entry. It's easier to get into it. So therefore more people are in it. But e-commerce as a whole, I think this is going to start going like this as well, only exponential. Let me see. So yeah, I don't think many things are going to change. It's just there's going to be better players. There's going to be better resources. You know, the cool thing about this is that dropshipping is just a fulfillment method. So I think with its popularity, there's going to be people that are facilitating dropshipping as a, I don't want to say career, but just as a business model. So there's going to be better resources to help people dropship in a better way for the customer. That usually means the customer will get a better experience. So I'm all for it. I think it's only going to get better. So just don't give up, basically. How do I earn consulting from you? Maybe I do. Maybe, I mean, I'm right here, bro. I'm right here. Just ask me a question. But if you do want like one-on-one help for whatever reason, I don't recommend it if you're just getting started with business, like straight up. I think if you're just getting started with your business or like with your online journey, just watch my YouTube videos, join the streams, you know, learn. watch my interviews that I've done with guests. I would only recommend buying some consulting from me if you already have a business that you want to scale, because otherwise it may not be entirely worth it right now. It's like information is only valuable at the right time. But once you are at that time, like if it is at the right time, that piece of information has like infinite value. So that's why information is the most valuable resource. But if you do want something like that from me, just hit me up. I do consulting calls here and there through Akemi. Just like maybe fill out the form at the bottom, and at the end just say you just want a consulting call. But I am not cheap. I don't give my time away easily. I don't count this as giving away my time, because I'm connecting with you guys and I'm learning, and I feel like this is increasing my neuroplasticity, because this is all new to me. Like I'm not super used to streaming, and I'm getting better at it, and it's super cool. Let me see. Sorry, I'm going on a lot of tangents, but hopefully you guys are having a good time. So what's up? Nice to see some of you guys. Hey, Arie, been investigating the dev side of Shopify, themes, apps, etc. What do you think of that industry? I love that industry. I'm getting deep in that industry as well. So if you are a dev and and you're looking for a job, Akemi Careers, bro. Akemi Careers. I want more devs on the team. I need more devs. Hey Arie, how are you doing? Look, dude, I've been watching your videos and stuff, but I feel dumb because I have no idea where to start. I'm full of fears. What's your advice? Here's my advice, bro. Go to my channel again. I don't mean to shill my channel so much, but you guys are here for a reason. Just go to any of my videos. My latest video, click the first link, free Shopify link. Claim your store for $1 a month. That is literally the first step, bro. And don't worry, like you don't need to feel dumb at all. Like that's how everybody starts. You're gonna feel dumb. I feel dumb right now. Like with things I'm doing, I feel dumb because like sure, this all makes sense, but the secret is that the secret that nobody will tell you is that nobody knows what they're doing. They're just figuring out as they go. So what you gotta do is just get started, bro. Like that is my best piece of advice. Just literally start your store. Use this link. That's going to help me out. It's going to help you out. You're going to get a good deal. And just start messing around with your store. Like, click that link and then go Arie Shopify store build. And then click this video. I just made it like a month ago. I create a whole store. I designed it pretty nicely. Obviously, it's not the best store. It was literally a speed run. I did this in 10 minutes. So it'll take you, obviously, it probably won't take you 10 minutes to set up something like this, but look at this. I made this entire brand in 10 minutes. All right, so don't worry, bro. You're not dumb. You're just a beginner. That's all. You're just getting started. It's all good. You'll learn. But yeah, this is pretty cool. This actually turned out kind of fire, right? Could be better still, though. But yeah, that's my best piece of advice, dude. Like going 0 to 1 is so hard because you don't, like you said, you just feel dumb. Like you just don't really know what to do. But you just got to learn to get comfortable with that feeling and just like push through regardless. And, that's why you guys are lucky because you have ChatGPT. You can literally say, what are the first few steps to starting an e-commerce business? We'll see what it says. While we wait for this to populate, we'll continue to answer some questions. Here, I'll cover it to keep it a surprise. What's up, bro? Watching from Brazil. Keep doing your content. Very rich content that is for free. Congrats, man. Oh, thanks, man. That really does mean a lot. When you hire, that ChatGPT thing you were showing is exploding right now. I'm seeing so many IG posts on this. Yeah, it is exploding right now. It's like one of the biggest, craziest things going on right now in the world of tech. When you hire, is it part-time or full-time? Mostly part-time right now, but like, if anybody wants to work full-time and you guys do good work, I'm all for it. Like, we got fund we don't actually have funding, but we're a cash flowing business, and when you have cash flow, you're making profit, you can hire, and you can expand. And I'm just looking for good talent. That's really the main thing I'm looking for, is people who are just talented. I've found a couple people like that so far. Um, and I'm super thankful. Like, it's made a world of difference. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most, is continuing to find people like that. Um, Dropshipping is dead. E-commerce is 10 trillion in revenue, and that's only the beginning, bro. That's the thing. Can I pick your brain? Yeah, people always say that. I think advertising on TikTok will get a bit saturated, and when everybody zigs, you zag, meaning looking into other ad platforms like Snap, Pinterest, Twitter, and maybe obviously certain products do better. Facts. That's very well said. You remind me of Luke Belmar, definitely on the same wavelength. Thanks, man. I mean, I'll take that as a compliment. I think Luke is a brilliant guy, and I actually had the pleasure of having a conversation with him on the channel. So if you haven't checked that out, go right ahead. It's right here. If you just go on my channel, it's literally the most popular interview that I've done yet, which is pretty cool. I feel like I was early to Luke Belmar's rise on YouTube. And oddly enough, he's also from South America like myself. So we had a lot of things that we connected on. And yeah, he's a really cool guy. Very inspiring, brilliant. I'm definitely learning a lot from him. But can you scale every dropshipping product to 100K a month? No. So that's the thing, man. Like, scaling a business to 100K a month is not easy. Like, I don't want anybody to believe that it's going to be an easy thing to do. I feel like scaling anything to 100K a month is not easy at all. I mean, even scaling a business to like 10K a month is super hard, but like, that doesn't make it not worth it. And surely it does get easier the more you do it, but don't think about that so much. Just like, try to take it one step at a time. I think that's a really good piece of advice, and it's helped me a lot. Just one step at a time, brick by brick. What is my net worth? I don't know what my net worth is. Hey, Arie, if you started your dropshipping journey today, what would you do? I would just focus on TikTok organic and then repost all of that content across every other social media, literally every other social media, like Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, Pinterest Pins. So what I would do is I would just, try to find like a really cool product. I mean, I would definitely look around a lot, see what other people are selling, see what other brands are doing, find a product that I really like, design a really beautiful website that's simple, fast, but really nice. And then, yeah, just focus all my time on content and reposting that content. And then once I find something that works, I will hopefully have made some sales by then organically, and I would reuse that money to buy ads. So then I would scale with ads. But here's the thing, guys. I would say, just like, if you have zero money or like $100 to your name, get a job. Like, just get some sort of job so that you have some money coming in so that you can fund your business. That's what I did at the very beginning of my journey, like 6 years ago. And I feel like I wouldn't have amounted to anything had I not done that. There's no such thing as a winning product, right? You make a product the winner, let the best marketer win. I don't know. I think there's caveats to everything. Like, I think you could get stuck trying to sell a product that has no future. Maybe somebody could make it work, but if it's not going to be you, then just move on. That's kind of how I view that. But I definitely think you're right in a lot of ways. Like, there's a way to sell anything, but why make it harder on yourself? Like, if you're just starting and you just can't crack it, you may end up wasting just way too much money trying to sell something. And that goes with every business. So when I explain anything nowadays, guys, like, just keep in mind, this isn't just applying to dropshipping. Like, I'm not even dropshipping right now. I'm just focused all in on my creative agency. And these concepts that, in the dropshipping world It worked the same way with any other business. So it's really just business. That's what we're talking about here. It's just business. Um, Thanks for the answer, of course. What do you think about Facebook fan page? Bro, I think Facebook is undervalued right now. I think Facebook Reels are actually a really solid opportunity. Even for my Instagram, like on my Instagram page, I post reels, right? So I've been posting some reels. They don't even go crazy viral or anything. Like I'm getting pretty good views. And they offered me a bonus program where I can earn like 1,500 a month just if I get like 10 million views, which is a lot of views. But I'm just saying, like, if you're posting viral content, you could do pretty well just with the views alone, let alone having a product. So keep that in mind. How much do you earn per month? Last month was probably one of my best months. I did like 94K in profit. It was pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. I was very happy. But I'm trying to make a lot more. But yeah, that's what I think about Facebook fan pages. I think they're very undervalued, and especially if you consider the fact that you can repost all that content across other social medias. Oh yeah, let's go through this ChatGPT answer. So I asked it, what are the first steps to starting an e-commerce business? And it said, starting an e-commerce business can be a challenging but rewarding process. Here are some steps you can follow to get started. 1, identify your product or service. Determine what you want to sell and whom you want to sell it. This is so important, actually. This right here. Who do you want to buy? Who's going to buy this product? Like, really think about that. Research the market to see what products or services are in demand and consider how you can differentiate your offering. Really great advice. Set up your online store. Boom, Shopify. Choose a payment processor. Shopify Payments comes with a Shopify store, or Stripe. Stripe and PayPal. Both are good. I know people have beef with PayPal, but I fuck with PayPal still, even though they're pretty fucked up sometimes. Determine your shipping and fulfillment strategy. So, determine how you're going to fulfill your products. Promote your business. Start focusing on content. So, monitor and improve. Take a scientific approach to it. Like, ask customers for feedback. This is super important. You're going to get so many insights from your customers. So worth it to ask them for feedback. Thanks, ChatGPT. Bro, I'm telling you, like, people charge so much money for this information, and it's just right here. Like, that's why I'm kind of just over courses and stuff like that. I just feel like it's not relevant to the day and age we live in, with information being so accessible. However, I still think some people do prefer to learn from courses if like they want like a structured approach, but I think that's like a luxury nowadays more than anything. Like, if you have a ton of money, sure, do that. But if you don't have a lot of money, you don't need courses. You don't need anything. All you need is the internet. Okay. Whew. I'm losing my voice here. When is the Luke interview? So I'm planning another interview with Luke very soon. I don't know. I mean, he's busy right now with like Capital Club stuff, but I'm sure once he has a little bit more downtime, he'll be down. Arie, that is the best advice you could have possibly given. A lot of people do not give that advice to the first timers. Whoa. Thanks, bro. Glad you think that. Do you think it's possible to find products that don't require the need to get models and do full-on photography? So basically products that are easier to get creatives for, or some products too. Yeah, for sure. So that's a good point. Hold on, let me turn on a light. It's getting dark in here. That's a good point. That one of the things that you need to consider when you're finding products is if like there's good photography available, I think. And that's why I still feel like Meta is such a good advertising platform, because you don't need a video. Like, you just need a picture. And even for some brands that we run now, like you'd think a video would perform better, but turns out an image performs better. So that's why I still feel like Meta is probably one of the best advertising platforms, because you don't necessarily need all that, a video to convey, to actually get sales. So that's another thing. If you don't think you can get a good video done, find products that you don't need a video for and that you just can show an image for. Instagram Reels don't even convert as much as TikTok. For sure. I definitely can see that. But it does grow your page, which grows your reach. And like if you have a Facebook pixel installed or Meta pixel, you'll be growing custom audiences, bro. So like that's the thing. It's still worth it. Like let's take my page for example, right? Like how many people have viewed my videos in the last month? Like let's say like 200K or so. That's 200,000 people that I can now retarget with an ad, because on Meta, you can build up retargeting audiences based on your video viewers. So, and that goes for TikTok and, hold up, oh cool, I got this pulled up in a different tab. See, this is what I was saying. I can kind of like work still a little bit while I do this, which is kind of fire. Why only 94K? Because I'm still not at scale, bro. I still have a lot of things that I want to put in place to do even bigger numbers. I mean, I'm very inspired right now by people like Neil Patel, for example, and his agency, because Neil Patel is like quietly in the background. He's not very trendy, even though he's got a huge audience. And his agency does $100 million a year. Like what? $100 million a year. So there's definitely levels to this, and I know my place. But anyways, just applied for Academy Careers. Hey, nice, bro. I'll definitely check out your application, see what you got going on. Yeah, I'm going to pull up a video, though, or something. What do you think about Dylan Rudzinski? You can search him on YouTube. He's making a lot in dropshipping. I've never heard of him, I don't think, but let me see. Oh, yeah, this guy. I have heard of him. What am I saying? He's sick. I mean, as you see, I watch his videos. I think he's awesome. I haven't watched the last couple ones, but I think this guy is taking like a similar approach as Gabriel St. Germain. Shout out Gabe. It's a good friend of mine. He quit the YouTube game. He retired, let's say. But he's taking a similar approach, which I love. It's just like straight value, no BS, concise, to the point. I love that. I think that's a fire approach. What's a good video to watch that I'm very interested in? I really like My First Million. It's a good podcast. Let's see what this guy says. Noah Kagan always makes some fire videos as well. Why is my chat so behind? I don't know. I don't know why. Some reason. But yeah, let's see. Noah Kagan.
Why is the education system designed in such a way that you teach kids the majority of the things that they don't actually use?
It's a waste of money.
I am a Harvard dropout.
How'd your parents react?
Harvard dropout.
Were you scared?
No, because I had nothing to lose.
At the age of 19, I was making like $100,000 a year.
I knew that I wasn't academically the best. I wanted to be on a chessboard that I had the advantage in.
When I was growing up, my mom said, Noah, you have to go to college. Well, if your goal is to start a business and get rich, is college even worth it? In this video, I'm gonna be interviewing multimillionaires who either didn't go to school or dropped out to ask them, is college worth it, and how did you make your millions? Who's Garen Jones?
I lived in my car for 2.5 years, went everywhere from modeling to singing to music, was in prison. And then I got out, turned over a new leaf in my life. Health and wellness business, 7 figures. Coaching business, 7 figures. Now retreat business, almost at 7 figures. Life became my university. So people's like, you went to college? Yeah, I went to C of LU. They're like, what's that? College of Life University.
You sold a company, auction.com. The company auction.com was bought for $1.6 billion.
It was bought for a big number, yes.
Do you think college is worth it?
You know, it's okay not to go to college, but that doesn't mean you don't want to be uneducated. I mean, you just might want to be educated in a different form or fashion. And that doesn't mean you're not going to be super successful. I really believe that a lot of guys who go get vocational education, if they just keep their nose to the grindstone and live below their means and always do more than they promise, they're going to become very successful.
What I'm known for is being a college dropout and a C-level English student who created a publishing school. We've published about 7,000 books.
What was the thought process to drop out? What happened that led you to that?
You've probably heard of the fear-based decision matrix, Tim Ferriss. He says, what's the worst case scenario? It's like, worst case scenario, I drop out. Okay, grand scale of life, what is that, a scale of 1 to 10, an impact on my life? Probably a 2 out of 10. What's the best case scenario is there's hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in opportunity cost where I could grow businesses and expedite kind of that whole process. Okay, what's the scale of 1 to 10? That's probably a permanent 8 or 9. Most people will pass on permanent 8 or 9s for risk of a temporary 2 or 3 because it just feels scary in the moment.
True.
I graduated high school age 17. I've invented sump pump systems that are the best in the world, and drainage systems for basements that are...
That's so funny. That sounds like such a boring business, but it's worth 500 million. That's so cool.
Revolutionized the way that things were done.
How did you find out what you like to do?
You have to figure out, what am I good at? What are my inherent talents, you know? And then look at what careers are around that and go out and try something and get a job somewhere and learn and say, is this what I want to do? And if it's not, then don't waste time, right? I mean, move on to the next thing, try something else, and then go from there.
I graduated high school in 2020. I built up an Instagram page in my parents' basement, and I created a monetized community off of that, which roughly brings me around $50,000 to $55,000 per month.
Do you regret not going to college?
If I went to college for 4 years, maybe if I got a master's on top of that, the entrepreneur dream is gone. 6 years, I would not really go back and think about it because I would be a completely changed person.
Do you regret not going to college? You regret not staying?
No, not at all. Something didn't feel right. I don't think I belong in a classroom with no windows, so I ended up making the world my classroom. I'm glad that I went, and very glad that I dropped out. For a lot of people, 1 or 2 years.
Wait, that's a good way to put it. I also went to college, and I am glad that I went, but I'm also glad that I dropped out. That was actually such a good way to say it.
College is actually really, really, really helpful because you get out of your home city, hopefully, you learn new life skills, you meet new people, all that. But beyond that, for me personally, there was a point of diminishing returns.
Can you tell us maybe like the 30-second, like who is Sarah and what you're known for?
So I am a Harvard dropout who started an e-commerce software company. We raised 27 mil in total, so we're Series A, and backed by Andreessen Horowitz, Y Combinator, and a bunch of other folks.
So tell me about the tweet from your parents.
Yeah, well, first off, I don't think I told them that there would be a TechCrunch article. So it was my first big press push. I texted the link in the TechCrunch article.
It?
So it was my first
e-commerce automation? No way. The connectivity layer for e-commerce backed by blah blah. What is this? The connectivity layer for the e-commerce world. All connects hundreds of apps and platforms so you can access all the data in one place. Wow. That's pretty cool. I've never seen this before. This is such a clean website. It's kind of like Zapier, but for e-commerce. Huh. That's interesting.
It's big press push. I texted the link in the group chat. The only thing that really stood out to them was that TechCrunch had called me a Harvard dropout, which was a label that we'd never used. At home, it wasn't that funny. I was a dropout. They're always you're going back, right?
All right, someone just dropped out and they want to make $1 million.
Yeah.
What would you recommend them to do?
I think that building some type of social media page is the best way to go. Why? Because it's the lowest barrier to entry. You have your phone, everybody has a phone. You just have to make an account and be different on the internet. If you be different on the internet and you provide value, people will look at your account, they'll resonate with you, and they'll get to a point where if you sell them a product, they'll buy it.
If someone's watching and they're like thinking about dropping out of college and their goal was to make $1 million, like what would your advice to them be?
What would you do with that $1 million? Because if you don't know, that's why you won't have it. Never leave something unless you have a plan. And two men working in McDonald's, one person is just working for money. The other person has a plan to leave McDonald's, but he has a plan for why he's at McDonald's, because he plans to open up a chain of restaurants one day.
Well, first, venture-backed SaaS companies are not the best way to make money fast. I actually have a lot of dropout friends who started agencies and drop shipping businesses, and they made money fast.
How did you keep learning?
That's funny. That's actually kind of a good point. I mean, the startup world is like, the success rate is extremely low, whereas like agencies and drop shipping businesses are a lot less risky. So I think she actually made a good point, and she's definitely right. I mean, I don't have a software company, so I can't speak from experience, but that has to be true. I think the success rate for SaaS companies is significantly lower. Can we also create video ads for their clients? We do content repurposing right now. That's one of the services that we offer, is content repurposing. So we'll repurpose content, simple as it sounds, which is super powerful. I think it's like such an easy thing to invest into, because you get 10x the reach from one piece of content. But we don't create ads. Like, we don't actually create content right now. The main reason why is because we're like all remote. I don't have like a studio or anything, so I wouldn't be able to direct the content or anything. But we do have UGC creators that we're connected with, and we use them for creating video ads. So that's basically it though. Yeah. So right now I'm looking to hire people that can help me manage all of those things. Obviously we have like an operator right now that helps with all that, but it would be a lot more seamless if we had specific people for each department. And that's definitely what I'm going to be, doing for the rest of the year, probably.
I dropped out of school, but I operated like I was still in school. And so for me, I kind of convinced my mom a little bit to, instead the money they had put away for college, instead, hey, can I put this towards like some conferences, some seminars? She said yes on a couple of them. And so did that. And then it was books.
Like if you didn't go to college, or you didn't get from your family, like where did the college or the Life University teach you? Where did you learn these things?
You heard of Think and Grow Rich, but a few people have read Grow Rich with Peace of Mind, Do the Work by Stephen Pressfield, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Such a great freaking book. The formulas are crazy. I read other books, but these are ones that I just keep all the time.
What were some of the areas you self-educated in?
Typically business techniques, self-help, positive thinking. I was always into
this guy has sold his business for $1.6 billion. That's awesome.
Found mentors in each one of those categories that helped me along.
What's the downside? What's been the worst part about dropping out of college?
If people met me and were like, hey, what do you do? Or whatever, it's just like I had this long multi-minute preamble of like why I'm not a loser. I just felt like I needed to over-explain myself.
I was pretty scared I would not be able to have like a close social circle. And honestly, like YC and then the pandemic hit at the end of that, like that was really tough.
When everybody thinks that you are this person.
Arie, could you review my store? I would review some stores in a bit. That would be kind of fun for sure. How will your business be affected if the US banned TikTok? So we actually went through an article kind of debunking the TikTok ban thing. It's only for government employees, which, as I was saying earlier, I kind of agree with. I don't really have a problem with. But if the US did ban TikTok, my business would be pretty much unaffected. I mean, TikTok is only a small percentage of what we do. As far as like, I mean, it would suck for me personally because I'm actually getting a pretty good amount of reach on TikTok right now, like on my personal page. But outside of that, I feel like I would be fine. I don't learn anything from these videos. The one that changed my life was some random dude with 200 views that gave out info I'd never heard. Yeah, bro, that's a good point. Like these videos are meant for like surface level information and entertainment more than anything.
And deep down inside, you don't even want to live. Like, I tried to take my life twice. It wasn't just like, oh, I just left. And I was like, nah, it was hard. And because of my personal growth and my willingness and dedication to growing as a person, once I knew why I was here, what I'm here to do, oh, I locked in, bro.
If someone's listening and thinking about dropping college or skipping out, should they do it?
I say no college. If you're going to be a business person, you don't need to go to college. If you're a learner, if you can discipline yourself to learn, get on YouTube, get some books, and throw yourself at it.
If I need a boss, or if I'm planning on being a professional, then of course you got to stay in college.
I do think it is worth for a lot of people. Like, I've talked to friends, and some folks want to drop out, but then the way they think about like their life and their like frameworks, it just doesn't work out well if you want to start a company.
I will never say not to go to school, but if you feel something that not up, well up inside of you, where you feel I do not belong here, I would say to honor it, because your subconscious mind knows more than you do.
If you think you want to do it, just do it. Everything's reversible. If it doesn't work out, don't tell your parents to call me.
If you like this video, you are going to
yeah, well, that's a good perspective. I mean, I wanted to watch this for some of you guys also that may be in a similar situation where you don't know if you should stay in school, you should drop out. So hopefully you found some value. Shout out to Noah. He's always making these incredible videos. I mean, I think it's awesome what he's doing, and I will link it in the description if I post this as a video. But yeah, pretty dope, pretty cool stuff. This was a pretty good piece of information I got from the videos. Alloy Automations. It's kind of a cool software. Is it true that SMMA can scale up beyond 100 to 200K a month? It's like 30% profit. I don't think so, but I feel like, yeah, probably. Like, of course, as you scale your team, your margins probably go down a lot. That makes sense, but I would rather do $1 million a month at 30% than 200K a month at like 60%, you know? That's still, what's that like? I don't know, that's like 5x more or something. How can I get Ronaldo to promote my product for a revenue share? You're going to have to go find him in Qatar right now. He's probably flying home now. He's probably gone. So you might have fumbled the bag on that one, bro. Any suggestions for starting dropshipping in beauty niche like USB rechargeable hair curler, electric straightener, comb, and so on? I mean, just do it, bro. Like, that's my advice. I hate to be so, generic, but that's like one of the best pieces of advice that you can get is just do it. Boom. But yeah, seeing so many, that's so gross. But I've been seeing a lot of dropshipping ads on TikTok, or on Twitter lately. It's giving me Facebook back in like 2017 vibes. Yeah, bro, let me see the store. Just pull it up. If you're going to type it in the chat, you can't type .com. You're going to have to type .com. Yep. Look at some more. Like, it's crazy. This brand is going so hard at TikTok marketing. They're retargeting so hard right now. Oh my God, Filecoin? Bruh. That's sad. Damn. Yeah, so send it in the chat. I'll review it for you. Okay, what else did I want to watch today? I'm actually trying to make this productive for myself as well. What's going on with my crypto? My dollar cost averaging? Yeah, I am. So, yep, I am. And same with stocks though. Like I'm investing heavily into AI right now, like semiconductors, like TSMC, semiconductor manufacturing company. These guys make NVIDIA's semiconductors. I am also invested NVIDIA. I'm investing in NVIDIA as well. Beyond that, yeah, that's basically it. I'm just dollar cost averaging into everything. I'm not really too worried about trading or anything right now. Like I said, I'm just focused on growing my company. I just want to grow Akemi as big as possible. I want to work with some big people. Like I want to work with Mr. Beast, for example. I feel like that would be so cool. And maybe one of these people will see my videos and hit me up, which would be awesome. I love the Lex Friedman podcast. That's been one of my let's see if there's any updates on CoffeeZilla. Yeah, Sam, I actually really love CoffeeZilla as well. It's a good channel. Yeah, TSM, yeah, Danger from China. I mean, I don't know about that, but I don't know. I'm not too concerned about that. Like, they're not the only semiconductor company I'm investing in. One of my friends told me about this one as well. On Semiconductor. It's a Arizona-based semiconductor company. And I've been investing in this one a lot as well. Work with Sneeko Creativity Kit. True. That would be dope. So yeah, bro, there's just so many companies that I want to work with. I want to work with a lot of really cool people. And here's the thing that I've realized with the agency game is that some companies are just, bro, they're getting taken advantage of so hard. They're like, they just don't know any better. And here's the thing. And this is something that, like, when you grow a personal brand, and this is one reason why I don't like to flex. I don't like to put this image of myself out there, because people will take advantage of that, bro. Like, when people perceive you a certain way, they'll tax you so hard. And I feel like that's how it is for some companies, like bigger companies, agencies come in and they get taxed because they're bigger. So people take advantage of that. They know they have more money, so they charge more. So yeah, bro, I think our agency is way more honest than like 99% of these people, and we get better results. So I definitely think we're gonna disrupt a lot of the agency game per se, which doesn't sound like the most exciting thing to disrupt or anything, but if you think about the impact that some of these brands could have, and we're helping them do that in a better way, then indirectly or directly, we are also influencing that change. And that's kind of the premise behind the whole company. That's why you see here, like, that's why our philosophy is about, a bright future, because that's kind of how I see it. I think that if we help brands that are helping create a brighter future, we're directly contributing to that change as well, especially when there's agencies that are just trying to take your money basically and not actually providing any tangible value. It's insane how many people go through those experiences. Like, you would be shocked as someone who, like you, Santos, for example, you're more in like drop shipping, so you probably haven't even hired any agencies or anything. But bro, it's crazy. Do I think that living in Minnesota is limiting my growth? Nah, bro, I don't think so. Like, I think I could network with more people in Miami, but I also feel like right now that wouldn't really benefit me that much. Like, I just feel like right now the best use of my time is just to lock in, grow my business, like help grow my business and make content. And I think Miami would be more of a distraction than anything. I think I could just travel if I really wanted to network with people. But I've also have been networking with people through just my YouTube channel. Like, I mean, I have a pretty significant audience, so people are willing to like come on my channel. Like, I've networked with Luke. Like, I didn't have to live in Miami to do that. I bet a lot of people in Miami wish they could have done that. Jad, like I became good friends with Jad through this, and I've never even met him, so I feel like the internet has kind of leveled the playing field a bit. I don't think you need to be in a certain area in order to network. But I think you're right in some ways. Like, I think, being there could make it faster to network with people like that, but it's okay. I'm not in a huge hurry to just network with everybody. Like, I'm still trying to make the company the best that it can be, because it's still in its infancy. So I want to be able to create what we need in order to scale, like the systems that we need in order to be able to scale. You should just invest in a semiconductor ETF. Yeah, that's a good idea. I need to hire you. I have 10K of inventory. Bet. I mean, if you're just getting started, like, I don't know. I don't run ads for like brands like that unless you have like, you're like venture backed. If you have like venture capital behind your brand and you're just starting, then I would. Otherwise, I wouldn't, because it's just too expensive, like I don't want to charge you, in order to run your ads, and then like you're just getting started. You have to invest in your inventory. That's tough. But what we do sell is like website design. We do website design. What else could we do? I'm thinking like email flow design. That's another good one. Drop shipping is saturated though. It's not as easy as 2017. I mean, yeah, I would say so for sure, that it's like not as easy, but at the same time, like there was people failing back then too, bro. I just feel like there's more it's more popular now, so there's more people trying and failing. So it gives the illusion that it's a lot harder, but in reality, like it isn't, because there are more people finding success. So there's more ways to replicate success at the same time. I feel like it's all a balance. So I wouldn't worry too much about saturation. Like, I feel like that's not super important, to be honest with you. Arie, do you think because anyone with internet can do it, it becomes very difficult to succeed? No. So like I said, I don't think that. I think that because of that, there's more people trying and failing. I think it's always been hard. I think it's always been hard. It's always gonna be hard. But, if you have 10 people that try and 9 fail, that sucks. If you have 100 people that try, that same ratio, that's going to be 90 people that failed, So it just almost gives the illusion that it's harder. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Obviously, I have zero data to back this up. This is just my intuition. Can you see how much that brand that's going hard on Twitter ads is making right now? Sure. Let me see if I can find another ad by them. Okay, of course now I'm not finding them. You know what, to get your kids off screen. Okay, so here's another one. This one has 700K views. Damn, there's so many drop shipping stores right now. This one looks kind of nice. Wow, okay, so they just started this too. 24K monthly visitors in November, so probably like 40, 50K a month. Somebody said something really interesting, actually. So can you see about how much that brand that's going hard on Twitter? Oh, wait, I just did that. Why not go the business route? Acquire brands like Procter & Gamble and Coca-Cola and grow like that. That is what I want to do, but I need capital, right? So the long-term goal with the Chemi is to have companies under us, is for it to also be a holding company where we have different companies under us, and that's going to be lit. But, one step at a time, bro. That's the thing. Like, I have the whole plan laid out, but I got to take it one step at a time. It's very important. What do I think about Pinterest ads? I think Pinterest ads are good to mess around with. I don't think it's I feel like there's better uses of your ad dollars, but I still think it's worth it to test out. You know, if you have like for retargeting, I feel like retargeting on multiple platforms is always a good idea, you know, because whenever somebody sees you on a different platform, they're going to automatically assume that you're just like a huge business, right? Like if they go on Google, they see you, they go on Facebook, they see you, they go on Pinterest, they see you, they're going to be like, okay, these guys are good. Like Alex Ramosi, I think that's his name. Oh yeah, bro. Actually, yeah, that's what I've been wanting to watch. He's been putting out a lot of content that I've been meaning to watch, but I don't because I want to save it for the channel. Do I know about Shop Hunter? Yeah, actually, I know the owner, and we've been talking a lot lately because I had a similar somewhat idea to that. And I don't know. I've been trying to get him to work with me on it, but I get it. Like, you know, he doesn't want to do that. So I understand. But yeah, it's a pretty cool company, Shop Hunter. I just know I can make it better, but it's okay. What's harder to market, a clothing brand or resell and branding tech products? There's another video I want to show you kind of in regards to that. Actually, you might find this interesting. No, fuck. Okay, none of these are what I was looking for. Something like this. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I'll look for this video a different time. I can't find it right this second, but there was this guy that talked about how he resold things from Facebook Marketplace, like computer parts, like graphics cards, you know, RAMs, hard drives, etc., and got the business up to 10 million a year. Pretty insane. Alex Hermosi. How many businesses are you running right now for yourself? Just a chemi, bro. I'm like all in on this business. I just want to grow this as much as I possibly can. So I need all the help I can get. You know, if you guys want to send people our way, I will gladly give you money for it. You know, I'm always looking for like people that can help me reach brands. So that's an awesome thing. If you know how to reach brands and you want to help me do that, I would love to pay you a lot of money to do that. So yeah. Trying to manage a couple brands and it's tough at the beginning. Bro, yeah, like that's too hard, dude. Like I've tried to like start multiple things at the same time. It's too hard. Like without a team, it's nearly impossible even. So now I've built up a team. So I like, you know, for example, I talked about how I'm building this on the side right now. Not really on the side. It's actually kind of like a part of this, kind of a part of the business in a way, because we already do a lot of research, but I'm going to start selling the research that we do as a monthly subscription under Akemi, and it's going to be called the Akemi Research Lab. But, you know, even this, which is within the same company, is like already a lot of work. So I can't imagine trying to start up multiple businesses at the same time. That would just be tricky, man. Why don't I get rid of Powered by Shopify at Akemi? Because I like it, bro. I don't know. I think it's kind of a flat. I think it's like, I like Shopify, you know? I think Shopify is cool. So yeah, that's basically it. Long story short, I just think it's cool. Okay, so let's watch an Alex Hormozi video. You think that's a great idea? Okay, well, bet. I'm glad that you think so, because I've been a little nervous about it. I know I thought it was a good idea, but I didn't know how people would perceive it, even though I know that it's so valuable, because I'm segmenting it off as trend data. So research on trends, research on products, research on ads, and research on design. So I feel like that's so valuable. Like a database, a searchable database with all of those things, I feel like would be super, super valuable. And I'm trying to build that, since it also helps me come up with content ideas, helps me come up with concepts for clients. So it's kind of a good way to tie in everything that we do at Akemi under one neat little product. So yeah, I'm big on building in public these days. That's honestly why I started Akemi. I really wanted to build something in public and use my audience to help me build. But I can't do that with a dropshipping store because everyone's going to copy me. And I mean, sure, some people could copy me on Akemi, but they don't have my knowledge and audience, right? And reputation and everything. So it's a little bit different. Unfortunately, though, the only bad thing about Akemi is that I'm not going to be able to sell it really for much because you can't really sell an agency for huge multiples, but I don't care. I don't even want to sell it. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to keep it forever and then have companies under me that I like sell and stuff like that. I think that would be kind of dope, but I missed this video, so let's watch it. Let's see how to get rich in 2023, guys.
I was a wee lad, a young man. I lived on $1,500 a month, and believe it or not, during that period of time, while splitting a room, sleeping on the floor with another dude, I was taking home about $15,000, $20,000 a month. And the reason that I lived like that is because A, I'm incredibly risk averse, but B, because I wanted to have money to go on the offensive later. If you don't know who I am, my name is Alex Mosey, ownacquisition.com. It's a portfolio of companies. There's over $200 million a year, and I have nothing to sell you. I make these videos because I want you to make shitloads of money and make a big company so that someday we can partner together and take it to $100 million and beyond. For me, making 20 grand a month was never an amount of money that I wanted to brag about or feel like I had made it. I wanted to shoot really, really big. This was only stuff that was going to be stepping stones for me to achieve what I wanted to later. What I want to do in this video is I'm going to break down how I was able to live for so cheap. This is for all the single guys, all the single ladies. Now, if you can live with your parents, even better. For me, somebody would have died. It was for the best that I didn't have to live at home. This is what I actually did in order to live at $1,500 a month or less. And I did that eating out every day. There's 3 big cost centers. Whoa. You got transportation, you got living, and you got food. So, food-wise, some of you guys have seen Mosey Meals, meal hacks, the things that I do at these chain restaurants, and I did it that way because I don't like cooking and I wanted to have more time to make money. It made more financial sense for me to not take 8 hours on a Sunday to go grocery shopping and prep all my food versus me getting Chipotle twice a day, which is what I did. At the time then, $15 a day, 20 bucks a day, 30 days in a row, $600 a month. You can also go to Panda Express, which has a phenomenal 110 gram of protein hack with extra chicken, so you can have 200 grams of protein every day. Recommend it. Third best option is Chick-fil-A, is one of my favorites. They are on the pricier
these
side.
Are all so
Just
good.
go with 220 packs of chicken nuggets and getting close to.
I love Chick-fil-A. Shout out to Chick-fil-A's out there. Man, this makes me want to get Chick-fil-A. But this is a good point. It's funny because a lot of people hate on the idea of like saving more. But I think Alex Hormozi has a good take on this. It's not necessary. It is about living cheaply at first, but it's not about necessarily saving more. It's about just like keeping your overhead super low so that you can invest more in yourself and grow the company quicker. Like, I really like that.
To 12 bucks with a shitload of meat or 2 sandwiches. Either way, you'll end up in that $10 to $12 range and you'll be at that $600, $700 a month range. And if you're like, did he really do that? I sure did. That's all I did. I picked between Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, and Chipotle, and that's what I lived on, so much to this point that Layla didn't know that we were going on dates, but for me, these were the fine establishments that I was frequenting on a regular basis. They knew me by name, and they knew that I knew how to work the menu. So, first step was Mosey Meals, and that for me, time to money-wise, was worth it. When I would go to the grocery store and I would get all the fixings and all that stuff, I spent $150 in a week, and I ended up spending almost $600 a month as a single guy when I went grocery shopping and did all the prep and all the clean versus me running out next door, grabbing the food, eating it, and heading back, and it was a nice mental break for me. I ate cheap, and as crazy as this may seem, it is easier to figure out how to get all of your calories in eating out stuff ahead of time. The absolute cheapest route, which I'll tell you right now, loaves of bread, peanut butter. Cheapest thing in the world. And if you really want to make sure that you're covered on your basis, get a multi-item. You can live on it. If you want to add a third staple in there, you can add lactate milk if you're dairy sensitive. You'll get your protein, you'll get your carbs, you get your fat in. If you want to be extreme on it, you can be extreme. For me, I didn't want to live on peanut butter sandwiches. I did eat them when I was trying to bulk up, but I did those in addition to my normal calorie intake. And to that degree, you might want to do one of those Mosey meals and then do peanut butter and milk is the other one, which is a nice cheap in between. The reason this is so important for everybody who's watching this, you got to know how to live cheap so you can save up to build the business you want, so that you can invest in the skills and the experiences that are going to make you money. Number 2 is transportation. This is where Mosey Mobiles came in. There's lots of M's when it comes to mobiles, meals, and mansions. From the mobile standpoint, the most efficient way to own a vehicle is to purchase it in cash, a used vehicle that is ideally between 5 and 10 years old. And
that's literally, wow, this is cool to see. It's like kind of validating my journey so far, because I have a 2014 Ford Fusion Titanium Edition. It's pretty clean. And I bought it cash for $14K, and I've had it for like 5 years almost, and it's just always, it's been a great purchase. Like, it's a great car, to be honest. I've driven it across the country 2 times now, and it's never failed me. So this is facts.
Any place in America right now today, you can find a used 4-door vehicle that is between 5 and 10 years old for $10,000. You don't want to have car payments. The only thing you really have to manage is car insurance, which is not too expensive. And here's the cool part: the cheaper your car, less the insurance. You are young and you are living on $600 a month for Mosey meals, and you live on $100 a month after you've made your one-time capital expense of actually getting the car, which I recommend doing and not taking a loan for it. All you have is your mansion, your chateau, where you're gonna rest your head at night. I lived in Southern California, one of, if not the most expensive markets in the United States. I was in Costa Mesa, was where I lived. And after I slept on the floor of my gym, which is the first place, which technically was $0, but at the same time, it was $5,000 a month because it was my actual rent for my business, I then really splurged. I ended up having a member at my gym say, "Are you really sleeping here?" I said, "I sure am." Another member was having me sleep at the place for free. I was able to move from the free place to my own place, which is really in quotes here. We split a single bedroom in a 7-bedroom house. He and I were roommates, not housemates, roommates. And I had one mattress that I got off Craigslist and put on the floor. Fan next to my face, because it's really loud, by the way, so you can not have to hear what someone else is doing. Every other bedroom had a couple.
Okay, I think this is a little too extreme for me, but you know, I get the point, and I think it's refreshing. I feel you, Santos. You're saying you spend all your money, you make good money, but you know, you're probably not paying taxes, bro. Let's be honest. So, you know, taxes will get you. I'm just kidding, but yeah, the point of living cheaply is so that you can basically handle any business expense that comes around, and that something that will crush you. Like, that's why people get crushed, bro, because they'll bro, but then some unexpected like black swan event happens and they get completely fucked. And now they have like a ton of overhead. So I have nothing against like spending your money like that. Like I think I'm a big believer in do whatever you want. Like, literally, just if that's how you want to spend your money, do it. I don't even think it's necessarily like dumb, because you only live once. So, you know, everything is kind of dumb. But I think you definitely sleep a little better at night knowing that you could cushion a big blow. That's kind of how I view it. Arie, how do you structure your business to reduce taxes? I have an S Corp. That is how you reduce taxes, is by paying yourself a salary as an employee of your business and not getting double taxed, basically. You still do pay taxes though. Like, you still got to pay taxes, but you also reduce your tax expense by getting a new setup like I just did. Because, and quite literally, this setup is probably going to like triple my income in the next couple years, or in the next year, because I've already felt just how much faster I get my work done on this. It's pretty awesome. But let's finish the video.
The house. My roommate had a dog, another couple had a dog, and another couple had a dog. And one of the couples had 2 dogs, and they were both big. So there was marking of territory. There was shit and piss in the house every day. Fucking horrible. My half was $400 a month. If you're in like North Carolina, or you're in Boise, Idaho, you can probably get a room for $400 a month without having to split it. Big picture here, I would recommend you go to the place where shit's happening. $400 a month that you'd spend to be in an area where things are going on and people are doing things with their lives, to get out of your area of the world where nothing's happening and your friends are still in the same place and your parents don't encourage you and think this internet shit is weird and tell you to stop watching videos on YouTube to try to better yourself and just tell you to get a job, whatever it is. If you want to get out of that environment, it is worth the $200 to $400 a month. The easiest thing to do is to connect with people online, join communities, join Discord groups,
Facts.
join Facebook groups,
I'm a big
whatever
fan
it
of
is.
this.
Try and figure out where there are pockets of them because people congregate. So you can find pockets of people that have similar goals to you and get around them. Every move for the first few years of my career was only to be around people. As long as you're a person who's going to hustle and people see it, people will open doors for you. I moved from SoCal to Puerto Rico briefly. From there, we moved to Irvine and then Albuquerque, New Mexico, because I had people there that I wanted to learn from. And I didn't know anyone else besides this one couple. If you just say, hey, do you know anybody else who lives in this area? And this is where now the world's even more connected than it was a decade ago. You see a lot in SoCal, you see a lot in Miami, you see a lot in New York, a lot of Chicago. And a big thing here, if you see Cleveland rich is not the same as SoCal rich.
True.
Not the same as New York. What happens is your standard of excellence raises. In some ways, you feel worse about yourself, but to the same degree, it shows you what's possible. My recommendation is to use that as inspiration. It is possible. They're made of the same flesh and bone as I am, therefore I can too. And when you get around people like that, they start talking in different time increments and different money increments. If you're hanging out with, they're talking in terms of weeks, talking in terms of paychecks, talking in terms of $100, $1,000 investments. You gotta be talking to people who are talking about $100,000 investments. We're talking about years, talking about decades. You can judge how wealthy people will be by how they talk about how they allocate resources, time and money, and the increments that they measure those. I've moved a lot faster in life through handshakes instead of hacks. It's who introduced me and opened way more doors than any what ever did. Getting around the who, a lot of times it's hard to measure, but when I look at all the big deals that I've done in my life, it's all been 1 or 2 degrees connected from people that I met. One recommendation that I have for you, don't turn down the first invite. You connect with somebody at a thing, it's like, hey, let's grab dinner. If you make that first one happen, the likelihood that you end up staying friends and connecting is significantly higher. If you turn down the first invite, it shows that you're not as interested. They also turn down your counter invite and it becomes this whole thing. And I'm just saying one big move is just make it work on the first invite. When you go to that meeting, do some prep work. Do 30 minutes of research on the person you're gonna meet with and try to bring something valuable to the table. Now, it might be your skill and you just apply it to them. And this is the thing, this is a fucking hack, a life. No one wants a free patio. Like, hey, you got a buddy who builds patios, you don't have a patio, you have a couple people bid for it, and your buddy's like, hey, I'll build it for you, right? He says he'll do it for free. And you say, sure, cool, I'll save some money. The other guy said they can do it in 4 weeks. He starts taking 4 weeks and it's a third of the way done. He's like, sorry, I'm working on some other jobs. I'll be around to work on it later this weekend. And now it's 8 weeks and it's still halfway done. And at 12 weeks, now you start to fucking hate the guy. The thing is that if you want to do somebody a favor, if you really want them to take it as a favor, blow them away. Make them feel awkward for the amount of work that you did. And if you've never had this experience, I can promise you, I've been on the receiving end and it is uncomfortable. Fuck, I owe this guy something. And the nice thing about this, you just provide value. You go in and you don't just provide a little bit of value, you actually do what a full scope project would be for whatever it is that you're good at, and you just set it up for the dude. Or you spend a whole day walking them through how you do this stuff. And you're like, well, how do you find the time for that? You work all the time. That's how you do it. This is work. It's investing in the long-term relationships that are gonna pay dividends later. Does that mean that I'm gonna give to somebody and I might not get anything back? Yes. Didn't you say you want to be an entrepreneur and make the world a better place? That's what it looks like at a micro.
Yo, when are we gonna get Jack and Tari part 2? Soon, bro. I mean, hey, I'll hit him up. Maybe we can get him on the channel sooner than you would think. We did do a part 2 though. We even did a part 3, I feel like. Or no, we just did a part 2. But yeah, part 3 is definitely in the books. We should definitely do that. I can just hit him up. Do you pay yourself under or over 100K? I don't know exactly what it will be like this year, to be honest with you. I got to go over my accounting for the tax season. Love the ecom game. We're all going to make it, bras. Hell yeah. Shout out to Charles.
Level. The ultimate leverage that you can have in a relationship is not needing anything back. If you do that, you can be the guy that stacks IOUs, and then when you do need to make your move, because you are gonna do the next thing, then you've got all these blank checks ready to cash in, and then that is how you can propel yourself way faster. And you just load the deck early when you don't need anything. The time to dig the well is not when you're thirsty, but when you have enough water, so that when you are thirsty, it's there. Now we can go on the offensive. My plan B was always strip at night, drive Uber during the day. And I'm dead serious. If you're making less than 60, 70,000 a year, I don't understand why you wouldn't take that car that you saved up for,
funny.
that's got 4 doors, it's 15 years or younger, and has no visible damage on it. If you got those 3 check marks, you can drive Uber. It is the most flexible job. You can make money immediately. There's no risk besides the actual vehicle itself. You can work whatever hours you want. You can do it on separate apps. And when I say whatever hours, I said there's flexibility, but also how many hours you want. You work 12 hours a day if you feel like it. Living on $1,500 a month or less, spend 20, make another 200, have saved up after taxes, so I could go on the offensive again. If you know it doesn't cost
save the
too
live,
much
all of my lives get saved because look at now YouTube did something super cool, which is they segment your channel. So now you can go to the live section and boom, all my lives are right there. And you can view them every day. Alex said he would have done it. This was his plan B. He would have been a stripper and an Uber driver. So a stripper at night, Uber driver during the day, if this wouldn't have worked out.
To live, your risk tolerance goes up because you don't have other shit to worry about. Real cost of the shit that you can't afford or shouldn't be affording right now. You're paying for the car, but you're sacrificing your dreams. You're paying for going out with the boys at the club, buying a table, getting bottle service, buying girls drinks. All of a sudden, boom, $100, boom, $200 in a night. Like, what just happened?
Ecom Slowly Primary. My only focus right now is Akemi. So Akemi.co. We almost entirely work with ecom clients. So yeah, you could say that.
You become less dangerous because it's very hard to fight someone who has nothing to lose. And it's very hard to fight someone who can live on nothing. If we had to pick between living on $10,000 a month and making $10,000 a month, or living on $1,500 a month and then spending the spread, if you spend $5,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $2,000 a month on your education so that you can increase your earning capacity, it's hard to be stopped. Side note, if you can get competitive with yourself at how little you can spend, recommend. One of the other hacks that Dave Ramsey has that I'm a huge fan of is taking out the amount of money that you're gonna spend for the entire month, putting it in your wallet and leaving it there. Don't spend more than that. Period. That's it. That's all you get. You are one of these people who wants to credit card.
That's my favorite Shopify theme. My favorite Shopify theme is probably Dawn and Sense. I love those themes.
Here and I get 1% here and I get 3% here, you're focusing on the wrong fucking percentage side. If you're trying to be financially disciplined, just fucking be disciplined. So I get asked a lot about the income to spending ratio. I never had one. That's because I just try to maximize both sides. How can I hack the game to spend as little as humanly possible, period? And then how can I hack the other side of the game and make as much money as I possibly can? I just saved every dollar that wasn't food, transportation, living. The other way of doing this is getting competitive with your bank account. One of the habits that I highly encourage you do is that every morning, what's the first thing you check? Is it Instagram? Is it YouTube? Is it your texts? I will tell you the first thing that I checked the mornings when I was in this period of my life. It was my bank account. Every day I would wake up and I would check my bank account. And what happened—
The reason I say no Debutify is because Debutify is not actually free. I mean, I think you can use it for free, but yeah, I don't know. I just like the free themes the best because they're a good template that you can build on and they're super fast. What do you guys offer at your agency? So at Akemi, we offer mainly paid media, so Meta, TikTok ads, and Google ads. But we also have really any service that's going to help your e-commerce brand grow or your business grow in general. So for example, content repurposing, landing page design, Shopify store design. We can do email marketing. I have a good partner on that. So email marketing, any of those things. So whatever you need that's really going to help you grow. And we have really good pricing. You know, we're not trying to take advantage of people, which a lot of agencies do. And yeah, that's basically all of it. And then on top of that, what I'm building right now is the Akemi Research Lab, which is basically where we just publish all our research for a price that anybody can pay. And then the Akemi Discord, by the way, you guys should all join it. It's free and it's pretty awesome. So you can join it for free. It's pretty cool. I got it pulled up right here. Boom. You see? We'll finish the video in just a second. But yeah, I'm pretty active in here actually. So you guys should definitely check this out. We talk about a lot of stuff, even just like productivity stuff. So I feel like the customer got too smart for Dawn. Nah, bro. Like I don't that doesn't make sense, bro. Like, why? What do you mean? Dawn is just Dawn is like a simple theme. There's no, there's no like too smart or anything. It's all about the content. I'm telling you, like the most important thing is not your store, like your theme. It's making sure that it looks good through like simple branding, like a good font, good colors, and then also just your content. The content on your store is way more important. So you see the Akemi website, for example, like you guys, a lot of people have told me it's like so clean, like they really fuck with it. Guess what? It's the Dawn theme, bro. It's because the content makes a difference. Let me see. Yo, what's your outlook on YouTube in the next decade? They've been saying that AI could be next thing in YouTube. Yeah, well, I already use like vidIQ sometimes for like AI topic recommendations and stuff like that. So I think YouTube is only going to continue to grow a lot. I think next year is going to be a very big year for YouTube, especially because YouTube Shorts are about to get monetized, which is huge. Yeah, that's basically it. Put Akemi in the description. It should be in the description, is it not? Let me look. I'll pull this up.
What happens when you do that is you develop this muscle of kind of this understanding of the money flow. It might be uneventful to check your bank account every day. But if I can give you a habit that will make you a lot of money, it's just like weight loss. If you get on a scale every day and you're trying to lose weight and you don't do jack shit, but you literally just get on the scale every day, people lose weight. Drawing and putting awareness to the problem or the thing that you're trying to change improves it. If you're in a business,
So the Discord is linked in the description of this video even. So check it out.
You want sales to go up? Start tracking everything. If you just start reporting publicly on close rates and put a leaderboard up, sales go up. Think about this from a human behavior standpoint. Punish bad behavior with yourself as quickly as possible, and you want to reward good behavior as fast as possible, so you do more of it. That's why you check the bank account every day. Start seeing it go up, and you get this little ticker. It goes up, and if you really want to be a G about it, this is how I did it. Check your bank account, and you have a Google sheet on your phone. And every day I'd put my balance in. And if you can start getting addicted to getting personal records in your bank account, like if I can give you the one gift of this is to gamify it. The people who make the most money, they think about money as a game. And the best way to do that is early on. Track two things. You check your bank account and you put it in. And what's nice there is that you can start seeing long-term trends.
I know, Netsphere is not Akemi. It is though. Like I'm consolidating the business. Akemi is Netsphere is just getting swallowed up by Akemi right now. It's happening in real time.
Trend. I got a tremendous amount of good feeling. I would look at it and be like, I fucking did that. And every month it get a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And you start feeling progress for the sacrifices that you make every day. Because you look at where you're at this month versus last month and you see progress. So if you want to improve your money situation, you got to check it. You got to look at it every day. And the first thing in the day, priority, it means it is happening prior. It's more important. So you wake up, you make money a priority, you check your bank account every day, you start to get a pulse on what's going in and what's going out. What's going in, what's going out. You look at all of the pluses that go in, you look at all the minuses, and next month you try and make that column go up and that column go down. You keep running that cycle. And
sometimes
I promise
easier is better.
Look at
this
your
guy's right.
Every single day, even for 90 days, 90 days. You will be amazed at what goes in there. You're like, huh, didn't even know I still had that app. Most people get anxiety. They avoid the things that they don't like. You gotta confront it. I'm fucking poor. I don't wanna be poor. I'm going to look at this money until eventually it starts paying attention back to me. Because money sticks to the person who pays it the most attention.
Wow.
This is how the economy works. The person in two parties who pays the most attention is where the money ends up.
That's actually a really good point. Cool. Wow. Making some good progress here. Oh yeah, I was watching the Andrew Huberman podcast as well. I mean, that's super unrelated to my channel, but not really, because it's about, improving yourself, which is great. Let me see what else we can do though. Yeah, honestly, I should probably get going soon. I do gotta talk to my team for a little bit, and then I'm probably gonna hang out with my girlfriend and go to bed. I didn't get the best sleep last night. So tonight I'm trying to make up for that. Sleep is pretty important, I've heard. So yeah, but I really hope that you guys had a good time. We definitely got some good content from this stream. As always, check out all the links, the description. We got some good stuff in there. I really appreciate you guys just continuing to support the channel. It's been a really, special to see the continuous growth on YouTube. It's like amazing. And I can't wait to see where we're at a year from now, for real. Like, it's going to be nuts. So with that said, love you guys. This has been real. Learned a lot. And I always have fun doing these, so I'm going to keep doing them. I want to do like 3 to 4 a week. I did say I would do 4 this week, so I'm going to do 4 this week. I'll probably do one tomorrow and the next day. So, yeah. That's about it, bruh. Thank you guys for joining. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.